Who do you look like? Are you trying to look like that person that you admire? Are you trying to be a copycat of them, a little version of them, like an impersonator, which is never as good as the real thing? Or are you being transformed into His likeness, which comes from the Lord? I tried to find little kids that were dressed up as movie stars. You know, I mean, we know there's Elvis impersonators and all these impersonators. The weird thing was, I put in celebrity child something. And this picture popped up and it looked like Johanna, and that freaked me out, so I kind of shut her down right there. It was weird. I brought my lap, I said, Bob, look at this, and he's like, whoa. So it was just kind of freaky. But so I stopped looking for child celebrities. But we do that, don't we? We try to look like somebody else. Now, being unique and individual has its cost, because you're going on ground that hasn't been trampled down yet before. And I'm not saying be a freak for Christ, or a Jesus freak, but be who you are, and be all that God has created in you, instead of trying to reflect somebody else. Because that's not what you have been equipped for. That's not where God's grace rests in you. When you give the message that you're called to give, it just comes out of you. It is who you are. But for me to try to get up here and talk about, you know, no matter what's in your past, your future's different and our chains are broken, somehow you won't really buy it from me, I don't think. It's just not, it's not really who, it's not what the message I have. But I can tell you that no matter how far and how long you've walked in something, God is still there and He's never left me. Because that's where I live. I can tell you that whatever is deep inside and is burdening you, God can lift it. I can talk to you about having your pride ripped out of you. Be humble before the Lord. And each of you has a word. Each of you is a characteristic of God that the world needs. And when you become who you are, how many of you know when you're doing what you're called to do, whether it's the job that you've always wanted, whether it's a ministry, or it's a gifting or a calling, or you finally learn how to play the guitar and you've been wanting all you're thinking, this is who I am. This is what I've been waiting for. And there's nothing that's going to keep me away from doing this because it's who I am. How many of you have had that amazing experience? You know that that's what you are called to do. And on the flip side, if you have not found, it can be very despairing. It can feel like desperation when you're trying to figure out who you are. And you've tried copying everybody. You've tried doing this, and it just doesn't work. You're in a job you hate. You know, you're doing something that just doesn't fit. God can fit you because God created you. He knows what clothes you need to wear, that skin that you're in. He knows what graces He's covered you in. And there are seasons in our life that aren't so easy and aren't so comfortable. That doesn't mean it's not what God has called us to do. But He's preparing us for that time when we will walk at who we are. And for some, it will look different. For some people, they get a breakthrough or they get a blessing just like that. For some people, their addiction is lifted just like that. For some people, it's every day. Why does God do that differently? Because we are different. And we all need different things. Why does God bless so-and-so with 4 children in 3 years? And why did we walk so long? I don't know. But I'm not God. But I'm going to walk as who I am. So when God called me Hannah and I had to listen, what does that mean? He said, that's who you are. Try to figure out who that is. Who is that? Who are you? Who did God create you to be? And who do you gauge yourself by? We are to gauge ourselves by Christ only. Just being better than the next guy is not meaning we're on the right path. And when you gauge yourself by others, or you try to emulate others, what happens when they come crashing down? Then what do you have?
The Great Depression.
Christ will never fail you. Now, will we ever be on this earth Right there? No. But we're continually striving to be transformed in His image. He created us. He knows every part of us.